coasters and soakers and scares. Oh my! Blackpool Pleasure Beach is home to some of the most intimidating rides in all of the UK. Be it big rides, fast rides, bad example, and dark rides. Some which are going to be made even darker. Actually, let's leave Valhalla off of the list and stick to rides that are operating as of February 2022. That way I can make the same video again next year. Anyway, if you're visiting the park to either test your courage or actively avoid trauma, then this is the perfect video for you, as I am about to list and explain why I believe these are the top 10 scariest rides at the park. Did I say in my opinion? This is my opinion. Number 10 is Derby Racer. The odds were originally in favour of Skyforce, however when the bookies looked at the consistency of the two rides, Derby Racer galloped in and knocked it off the podium. Plus, if you don't know how to flip the planes, Skyforce is actually pretty gentle. Back to the ride at hand, and that is Derby Racer. Personally, this ride could have been far higher up the list. Yeah, I think it's quite terrifying actually. It's an enormous carousel style attraction that was built in 1959. It's even got a cool organ. The real fear comes from the fact that this classical thrill ride reaches speeds of up to 25 miles per hour. And guests just have that tiny harness to hold on to. Look at them cling on for dear life. Wouldn't want to be in their shoes. From horseshoes to slippers. Number 9 is WALLACE and GROMIT's Thrill-O-Matic. It's a riveting ride. It's not my joke. It says it on the front. This ride opened in April 2013, replacing the classic, the Gold Mine. Although this ride is a fairly gentle dark ride, consisting of family-friendly scenes, there is a pistol whipping penguin. There he is! And one of the scariest jump scares in any of the UK dark rides. I shan't spoil it, just ride it and find out. Whoa! I'm interrupting this broadcast because I can see an absolutely elite person watching this video right now. I'm talking to you, and you might have already subscribed, but if not, hit the subscribe button right now and join the greatest team of all time. Welcome to the Pun Chums. This list is really starting to snowball as we move on to the first of the big coasters. Number 8 is Avalanche. This Mack bobsled coaster opened in 1988 and is still the only one of these rides operating in the UK, or to have ever existed. Reaching blistering speeds of 45 miles per hour through intense twists, turns and helixes. This coaster thoroughly deserves its spot on this list, especially as the ride is not actually attached to the track as you race around. Still racing around. Number 7, Grand National. This wooden racing coaster opened back in 1935 and became a Grade 2 listed building back in 2017. Quite as cool as my list, but we move on. 60-foot tall white knuckle Woody hurtles around the tracks at speeds of 40 miles per hour and stands out to many riders as the most out of control experience probably in the country. Also a Mobius loop, meaning that the two track layouts are actually one continuous track. So don't you even think about counting it as two creds. I can't believe you'd be so cheeky. Wonder what the next ride is. No, that didn't work. No smooth transition here. Set number 6 is Icon. Only the ride with some of the smoothest transitions I've ever seen on a roller coaster. But how does it not make the top 5? 2 launches, 1.5 inversions and ample airtime, Icon is a fan favourite amongst thrill seekers. And whilst it can be initially quite unnerving to experience all of those elements with just a lap bar, the on-ride experience is actually quite comfortable. In heights of 88.5 feet and speeds of 53 miles per hour, by no means does it lack in the thrill department, but the fear faculty is slightly understaffed. Talking of staff, have you heard of Cloggy the Ghost? Believed to be the ghost of a former ride operator that used to wear clogs around the ghost train. Just so happens to be number 5 on this list. I better do it. Number 5 is the Ghost Train. More psychological thrill, this dark ride attraction packs in plenty of jump scares, creepy visuals, and was even featured on an episode of Most Haunted back in 2004. Operating since 1930, this ride now includes scenes based on popular horror stories, including Dracula and The Exorcist. Chillin'. Talking of chillin', number 4 is Ice Blast. Standing at 180 feet tall, or 210 feet above sea level, but that doesn't count because it doesn't drop you into the sea, so that stat's redundant. This S&S shot tower opened back in 1997 and launches riders skywards at speeds of 80 miles per hour. And this one's scary because you go really high and really fast. Traumatising. Talking of traumatisers, get it? Because this next coaster used to be called Traumatizer. Number 3 is Infusion. This 109 feet tall Vekoma suspended looping coaster is one of the most intense rides at the park with 5 inversions, and it reaches speeds of up to 50 miles per hour. All while it dangles you above the water. H2O, no, I'll give that a miss. That is terrible. But don't miss this one though. Number 2 is Revolution. This steel arrow shuttle coaster delivers the heaviest 1-2 punch since Mike Tyson, as it sends you hurtling into 1 sheep, 2 sheep. Sorry, last thing I remember was heading into a loop. Open since 1979, this launches you down through a single vertical loop, once forwards and then once again backwards. You wouldn't believe how intense it gets, and I haven't even mentioned the stairs yet. Look down. Wrong park, but this next ride towers above the pleasure beach. Number 1 is the big one. It sounds like I'm being suspenseful, but that's actually the name of the ride. And it's scary simply because it's big. Testing the courage of guests since 1994, this hypercoaster was once the tallest roller coaster in the world. Standing at 213 feet, this intimidating, inescapable behemoth, wait, wrong ride. Sorry, I'll wrap it up. It looks scary because it's tall, and it feels scary because you drop at speeds of 74 miles per hour down a 65-degree drop with just a tiny little lap bar for safety. And thanks so much for watching. Punchums, leave it in the comments below what you think is the scariest ride at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Then like the video because I've heard it helps. Ciao, legends.
That was good, wasn't it? Please, sir, can we have some more? You don't have to call me sir. But here's your link. Click it. Sir Pun-a-lot would sound cool though.